This conference will now be recorded.
So the next endpoint is where we saw that yesterday how to get single collection details, right? So that's what we are saying, single collection details, and you need to give extra the host name plus collection and the UID we need to pass, and that's we have seen and got the result also, and status 200. Okay, so main important here is the response code. This is the response code. Can you see here? Response code, and then OK is the response message. So in the API testing, you need to validate the response code and then the data. So your response message, so you're getting properly or not, we need to check that. That's what we need to focus. And next one, let's see, we have a next collection, post collection. So I want to create a collection. So can you create a collection? So let's take this URL, the endpoint. This is the endpoint URL. For this, what we need to give? XAPI key is the main thing. Content type application JSON. We need to pass the request body. See that? This is the request body. We need to pass the request body. So we'll pass a request body. First, go create a duplicate this. Let's duplicate this one. Let's duplicate this. Duplicate it. I'll give a name as a create collection. So if you duplicate, there are advantages, right? You will get headers. If any parameters are there, you will get everything. And I'll just rename it, create collection. But we need to change the method also to post, not get. Create collection. Create collection and change this get to post. Then save it. Now say it will change to post. The collection request. This is the request name and the request method, that is post. Headers automatically came. You don't need to worry about that. See, all three are there. Now, but apart from these headers, you need to pass extra body for the post method and put method. We need to give a input data. You're creating with the post method. Creating means you need to give an input data. So which format I need to give? That's a request body. Headers beside there is a request body, and select the raw radio button here, and here you need to give your request. Here it is there. So you just go to the documentation. This is the one. Click to expand. Click to expand, or you have a copy. Copy option is there. See that? This is a copy. Just it will copy. Just click on this. It will come. See that? It copied. And come back to Postman and the request body. Put the cursor here. Paste it. So all the request data is here. You can change if you want. You can change your your request body. You can change. Sample test collection I will give. You can change whatever you want. Just a sample API test collection. So all the things, if you want, you can change. So wherever get is there also, you can change it to post. See, I'll change it to sample get request. I'll change it to post. So wherever you modify, that data will come post. This also I'll change it to post. Everything I'm changing to post, right? So this data you need to see. So this is here random number will come. So no need to worry. And this is the sample test collection. So this is the one I want to create. So for post collection, what we are giving? So we're giving a method as a post and a collection endpoint, then headers. In the headers, there is a XAPI key. This is the authentication token ID and the body, the request body. So the request body, what you want to create. Then click on send button. The collection will be created. See that 200 OK. And you got, see that this sample test collection, the name. So it is a pretty means it will format properly. Now see that the request body and response body below. So in the response body you have an ID is now created and name sample test collection 357 UID. This is the UID is important. So we'll take this UID and we will create one more collection and update the same collection. So we'll update this collection. Okay, let's update this collection. Right click it, duplicate it. So I'm creating one more method. I want to update this. So so just right click, rename it. Rename update collection. Update collection. So the method name you need to select a put method. Method is put method. And then see that update collection method is changed to put. And here you need to give extra which collection you are updating. The ID you need to give, UID you have to pass. And then in the body, okay, so you reach this, right? Already this is here. So this one you are modifying. So this one you are modifying. So this entire data you can just, this is just a sample API update. So just change some data, okay? Update test so update. So I'll give here also name also I'll change. So update. So these are enough. Some of them we are changing, right? We are changing. You can change whatever you want. Put method sample put method. Put method. So you can modify whatever you want. That make sure the updated data is coming or not. Right? Okay, done. So same data I'm modifying. Just click on send button. So put is for update. See that sample test collection update. So, and this is the update. You are getting very clearly. So you are updating. Okay. That's how to use a put method. Put method is used to update. Now, next we'll put a delete is there. All this where I'm getting it is here. So you can see here. So in the API documentation, put update collection. That's what we did now. Now, let's move on to delete collection. So next one is a delete collection. So see that delete collection. So what is delete collection? You have to select the method as a delete, and the API call is, so this is the one, API URL. So the URI and the collection UID you have to pass. So we'll pass this collection UID. So let's create a delete one. I'll duplicate this. So duplicate this. Same way we need to delete, right? So I'll duplicate this. Same we are deleting. So make sure it is delete method. So method is a delete, and rename this as a delete collection. Delete collection. So and save it. So now see it is changed to delete collection. So we have a get collection, get all collections, get single collection, and so we need to so reorder these things also, because get single collection means it should be before collection only. Now, so you can execute this. So we don't need any body for this, right? We don't need any body. You can delete. So for the delete, you don't need any body. So let's say none. If you select none, nothing will be there. So for delete, you don't need, because you just need to give collection UID. Which collection you want to delete it, that collection you give. So now click on delete. See that the collection is deleted. 200 OK status score. So successful request, you will get a 200 OK. This is the one request. All four: get to, post, put, delete. These are the four things. If you practice, that's enough. Other than that, nothing. Okay, how to run as a collection, right? So right click on this. So this just there is a arrow mark. Collection name. Right side you have a arrow mark. Just click on this. The collection will open. At a time you can run. Now run. Click on run. Entire collection will run. See that entire collection will run. You don't need to run one by one. So first we created a collection, then added a one request, and then keep on adding the multiple request, get request, post request, put request, delete request. So all the requests we executed. Post and put only we are giving a request body. Remaining get and delete, you don't need to give the request body. Now previously we ran individual one. Now we can run entire collection. How to run entire collection is this collection name. Beside there is a arrow mark. Just click on that collection arrow mark, then select run as a collection. So the collection runner, and you can see, and so they can shuffle however you want, whichever order you want. So for example, I want here this one. So I'll shuffle. You can shuffle which order you want, and then run Postman collection. You can just give. So okay, run as a postman. So it is saying run while running, retry. So we'll retry one more time. First one is failed, but why others are not running? Others should run, right? Runtime extension request URL is empty. Where is request URL? Is empty. Something wrong here. We'll run it back. Bit slow. My system is slow. Okay. There is no empty, right? It's saying empty URL. It is there. URL is there. URL is there. Everywhere URL is there. So basically, all the endpoints will run. So in order, which order you kept here. So that order all will run. Your environment, you can create environments also, which environment you want to run. Basically, we don't have any environment. That's why I'm not keeping anything. And you can create a environments also and then run it. unauthorized request. Retry it. Okay, basically it will show so this test case is running, but I don't know why this is not taking, but individually we ran and we'll see one more also. So one more also we are running and we'll see all of those things one by one. So anyhow, we are practicing one more collection that I'll show you. Save changes. I'll show you one more collection. One more new APIs we are taking. So this is the next one we are targeting, and this is the one. So recres.in. So this is the one we are going to automate also. Let's finish this all these APIs one more time. We'll create a collection, then we'll execute these things one by one, then we'll automate these things. So this is the for testing purpose stated, so we can play around with this. You can experiment. See that there is a lot of APIs they provided here. The main URL is recres.in is the server URL. Then this is the endpoint URL. So for example, you want to get a list of users. So the method is you have to get list of users. API/users is equal to 2. And then if you want to get a single user, you just give user ID. Basically, these are all the user IDs. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like that. You have in the second page, these are the user IDs we have. So you can just give this user IDs. And then if you want to get a single user, so let's go and create this first. I'm going to create a new collection. Either you can create a new collection by clicking on this, or you can click on new here. So I'm creating this, a new collection. The collection name being Rick Res API practice. So Jan 2021. So I'll create this. So we'll so many other. I'll just delete one by one. Yeah, this is the 1 hours Recres API practice Jan 2021. So here I need to create a one request method. See, you can add folders, you can create many things, whatever you want. You can each folder, one request you can put or 2 requests you can put. So I'm creating add request. First is get collection, get users. The request name is get all users. So get all users is the collection name. So what is the request URL? Request first, and then the this endpoint URL. Both you have to combinedly give, right? It's that. This is the one. Expand this. You have one request. If not necessary, you can delete other requests so that it will be easy for you to catch that. You can just close here also. Close all tabs. Close all but current tab. We can do that. So that is easy for you to remember. So now fresh get all users. So give fresh URL, endpoint URL slash, and then this one. You just copy this. We can click on this. I will get that entire URL. See that this in the page, if you give, it is not clear. It's not pretty. So what you can do, you can give entire thing. Right now, headers I need to give. So I want to give headers. Headers is content type, application JSON, and accept application JSON. Here you don't need to provide any authorization token. It's a freeware, and they're not asking to give any authorization token. Now hit the send button. See that all the endpoints. So 200 OK. So pretty format. You will get all the things. See that user page 2, per page 6, total 12. So you can get all the array. So data array is there, and ID, email, first name, last name for each. So array you will get second array, third array, like that. You will get all the things. So save it. Then duplicate for the next one. So you can duplicate. You can delete, you can duplicate, you can edit, whatever you want, you can do. Duplicate it. The second one we are creating, get single user. So rename it. Get single user. Okay. Get single user. So single user means you know what is the URL, you just check here for the single user. Get single user thing, you can get here. Click on this. So they are given what is the request, what is the response you need to get. So that's what we are saying. 200 OK we got. Second one. So this is the one. Slash API slash users and the user ID. User ID is 2 we are giving. Just here only we have everything, right? Just slash users. Slash 2. And then remaining all you will get automatically. Then save it. Headers also you got it because we copy it, right? We just copy it. That's why you'll get single user. See that only that user details you will get. Request is the server URL, and slash API slash users is the and slash 2. See that only user ID to related data you will get, not anything else. So that's a 200 OK. You can see here 200 OK. That also 200 OK. That whichever user you give, that user details only will get it. That's a single user to get. and then single user not found. Next one. So we're executing one by one, 4 not 4. So that means this user is not there. That's why you won't get any data. So let's create this same thing, duplicate it, and single user not found. I'm just giving the another request name. Right? I'm giving. See that our request method and the URL. So here you rename single user not found. Single user not found, and you can give single user not found, and just you need to give extra 2 3. Save it, Control S. So this will be saved. Now execute this, and you can see 404 status code. So not found. See that 404 not found. This user is not there. That was single user not found you are getting. See, nothing is there. So next, what is there? I'll go to post directly next. So the other things I don't want to get. We already practiced many things. So now let's go to create. So you want to create. For create, I told you already. This is the server URL. This is the slash API slash users, and then we can give and so duplicate it. Let's duplicate. Duplicate it. So rename this. Create user. The method you need to select post method. So for post method, what we need to give, and we need to provide only till users only, no other things, and we give extra apart from URL, header, and then body also we need to give. So body, you just copy request body, select the raw radio button, and you can give this request body, this one, just copy, and you can change whatever you want. For example, I'll change, see that. So here the name, so I'll give, and I can give so whatever you want you can give. Okay, and then same thing should create. My name should come, and job also should be same job. So this is the one created. See, 201 created. So see that whatever the name I have given, my name has come, job and job ID created. You can save this. Okay. Now you want to update this. You want to just duplicate this. Duplicate update means we are using put method, right? Method. So let's update this. So rename update user, and the method you need to select is the put method, and which user you need to update, so that we need to tell clearly. So it is there here. So we have a put method, update second user. Let's update second user. Second user we want to update, and then so the body. So which one you want to update? What data you want to update? So what data you want to update? You just give here. So this one you give it. So this is the one. It's just simple 2 parameters only here. Update Control S, save it, send button. You can send button. Once everything is ready, method and then request URL, headers, code. Previous leader it was different, and then next one same patch also will update. So put and patch both will update, but the put will create if the record is not there. Patch just updates only. If it is not there, it won't create. So next delete. So delete. I want to delete this user. Sim204 content, and I'll duplicate this. Update user only I'll duplicate and I'll delete that. So these are all the requests you execute so that you will get a better idea. So rename, delete. So user. So select the method also, delete. So body nothing. You don't need to provide any body. Just select none. Okay. No body required for the delete method. Just endpoint URL, headers, and the request method, delete method. You need to provide. Just click on send button. See that ID is deleted. If you try to query it, it will fail, right? So that won't be there. You delete it. So what happened? We didn't hit properly. So that when you hit it, you will get like this send request 204, no content to display. So that's how we can see that. This is all request API thing. And just if you want to run this, let's see now all the collection will see. At least this time where it goes or not. My system is very slow. So that's all the two types of APIs have shown you, and let's automate these APIs. The request one will do running these APIs. Let's see. So run request API. So all are see that 200 OK. Each request is so passed and all are green color. And 200 OK, 200 OK. How much time it has taken also we got it. But zero pass it is showing. Why? Why it is showing zero pass? So we need to get some data, right? Let me show you why you are zero. Because we didn't add any test cases here. So here you can see there is a test tab. There is a test tab. Quickly we'll finish this also. How to validate your test cases. So I'm showing how to validate your test case. Basically, we need to validate the status code, right? And you can see there is on the right side a predefined code is given. So you can add the validation, get variable, get global variable, environment variables, and here you can see send a request. So we can slowly you can see status code. Status code is 200. You can validate for each test case. To each test case, you can validate. Can you see here? Pm.test status code is 200. So for get post, you will get a 201, right? So I'll just give 201. 201 test pm.response postman response to have status code 201. Just give 201. So save it. Same you do for all other things. So 201 created, right, for this. And same, go to test status code. Status code. Even you can validate the response body also. See that contains a string, you can validate. And this one is 200 only. You can say get all users. I'll write the description. Get all users status code. You can get. Save it. Then next one. Next one also 200 status code only. Go to test tab. There is a test tab. And then select status code is 200 and see get single user. Get single user status code. And then next one. That is adding my test case. You can add multiple tests. That's a one test case. Just validating the status code, one test case. I can add multiple test cases and you can do a validation. You're doing validation here itself. So if there is no validation, that's not correct. You can add validation. Single user not found. Single user not found. So that is, I think 404, right? Not 200. 404. Single user not found is the 404. So you just give 404. Otherwise, your test case will fail if you give wrong thing, right? Then create user we did already. So the test case you have given create user. I'll just give create user. Create user test case. Next, update user. So update user also you just add update user also you'll get 200. Okay. So just add status codes validations. Even you can add the environment variables also. We can add environment variables also. You can add status code. So update user. I can just giving proper name. You will understand. So results. Update user. Status code is 200 only. Just do that. Next, last one, delete user. So delete user also go to test tab and select the status. Status code. So just say so delete user status code 201. Cannot 204, right? 204. So if you want to make fail one, you can fail, right? So later if you want to run, you can see that also. Now run a batch file now. You now run all the we added the validations now. You can run. Now you see it will give you number of test cases. Before you are getting 0, even though result is showing inside, but the summary 0 passed 0 failed it is showing. But now you will get a proper report you will get. So then you select the run request name, the collection name. That 6 passed, 0 failed. So all are passed. Suppose I'll make one failure, okay? One wantedly I'll fail. Maybe one status code I'll give wrong. So for each, not only this, you can add a few more things also, right? You can add a few more things also. You can export these results, you can save somewhere, and you can send it to somebody else. So there's a lot of things you can do in this thing itself. So next one, I can make failure of this one. 200 I'll give. So 200 I'll give. Right? Then run the collection. So run the collection now. This test case will fail now. This test case will fail now. See, one test case will fail. My system is slow. That's fine. So let's do again. See that one test case failed. Last one. You see here. The delete user status code is 200. Assertion failure. Expected response to have a status code 200 but got 204. That clearly it will show. Okay. That result you will get. Again, you can retry how many times you read. It will be same. Right. So that's all the how you can run as a collection, and you can see add the test validations for this. That's all how to. Still you can do a lot of things. You can play around here. So many things. Response body contains a string. So response body means this one. You can validate the response body string, anything. You can use this. You can just add this if you want. You can add, because here we don't have anything, right? That's why we don't want anything. Okay, because next one you had a next here. Like that you can validate whatever you want, right? Okay, now we need to automate these things. How can we automate? That's what we are going to see now. And let's go to our blog, and we need to create a project, Maven project, and we are going to use REST assured framework. We are going to use this. REST assured is a Java DSL for automating your all the request, get to, put to, post to, and delete request. You can automate here. So REST assured is it's just a bunch of features it will provide. DSL like syntax, XPath validation you can do, specification reuse, easy file uploads. These are all the things you can do with this REST assured. So we need to set up this REST assured environment. First, create an environment. Before doing that, any queries on the manual execution, the manual testing of APIs, you can do on the Postman, or you can do, there is a browser plugins also. You can do browser plugins also. Same features will be there in the browser plugins also. Okay. Any questions? One I have, I'll show you. I think this one is the this one, REST client. So this is also same. You have again first a request body, then response body will be there. In the request body, you have to give the HTTP verb method. See that this is the HTTP verb method, the request section. Then you have to give URL. Then you give the headers. There are headers also. You give the headers. So give the headers. So we can migrate. Okay, I'll do this later. Okay, I don't want. Okay, I'll do this later. So I'm just closing this. This I'm showing even browser side also you can do. This is the REST client for the Firefox browser. When you send the URL and you'll get a response here. So you can execute even call commands also you can execute. Call I told you, right? There's just a command prompt things. You can give call based commands also here. You can execute very nicely all the requests. So that's this how to execute. So let's create first a project. Any queries before going for this REST API? So we need to create a project first. So the project I'm going to create here is Maven project. So we need to create Maven project. So right click, file, new project, select the project and select here Maven. Because we need to add many rest assured jar files. We need to add rest assured jar files. That's why so we're going to create a Maven project. Select the Maven project. If you don't find here, please search here in the wizard section, search Maven. You will get the Maven section. Then go to next. So create a simple project. Next, and give rest assured API testing. So Jan 2021. Same name you can give as a group ID and artifacted, or you can give a different name. So artifacted is single thing. You can click on finish. So this is the project is creating. Now we need to go to first this Maven repository. So first thing you need to do, go to Maven repository. Go to Maven repository and clearly give what are all the things you need to add here. So how to create a Maven project I have given here. Then so click on finish, and then so this is the open map form.xml. The project info is there. So go to Maven project, depend Maven repository. You will see io.rest assured. This is the one we need to take. So io.rest assured. So we are already here. Just type this. So I'll go. So type here io.rest assured. io.rest assured. Type this. See that this globe icon you will get. So add all these three. So rest assured, JSON path, JSON schema validator, XML path. These four you need to add. So let's add this jar files. So meanwhile, open our project. Rest assured Jan, right? This one. Expand. You can see all your automatic structure you will get. Okay, still it is framing the project. Let it frame, no problem. Meanwhile, you copy. Now 4.3.3 is there. Select the 4.3, but latest one, select, no issues. So click on this 4.3.3. Java DSL for easy testing of REST services. And Gradle Maven, you are using Maven. Just select Maven. copied. I hope by this time the project is ready. Just click on this form.xml. So go to your project and just do that. And we need to add, so project section below, dependency section you need to add. Under dependency section, each independent dependency you add. If you add a dependencies, automatically it will so download, right? That's advantage for us. Everything, the dependencies you get from Maven repository. And we need io.rest assured. Oh, my system is really struggling. Rest assured. So 4.3 version scope is test. So we'll kill it. Yeah. So we got it. So I'm going to add dependencies. So just add all the dependencies. Next, add other dependencies also. Add other dependencies. Just go back. Add these dependencies. JSON path. So same version you add. Let's copy, paste it here. So after that, you just Control S you do after pasting, that it will download that one. JSON schema validator. So select the 4.3.3. So copy this and paste it that each. Okay. Anyhow, so we'll do tomorrow rest of the things, and